Alright, what's going on guys? My name is Omega and welcome back to another Apex Legends video. So today we actually got the brand new trailer for the Chaos Theory Collection event. We also got some big patch notes to go along with it. So in today's video, I'm just going to be explaining all of the new stuff that's going to be coming in the next week, and we've got a ton to go over, man. So we're going to get right into today's video. First off, from the trailer, as you guys saw, we're getting the brand new Caustic Town Takeover. The description for this is pretty cool. It says, when life gives you lemons, you can count on Caustic to turn it into toxic lemonade. Breathe it in at the all-new Caustic treatment, a new dominant mousetrap with lots of high-quality loot that beckons all legends who seek the glorious cheese. It also says, forever the scientist, Caustic has set out on an experiment that requires test subjects to drain the toxic liquid from the center of the facility. Doing this temporarily grants access to 4 gold loot items locked in cages. Players must be quick though, as greed can be deadly. So we saw this from the trailer. It looks like that once you drain these pools of toxic waste, you're able to get some gold items, but only for a temporary amount of time. Because we did see from the trailer, some of the legends died after not being able to grab the loot fast enough. So that is definitely going to be an interesting mechanic to this brand new point of interest. And it also mentioned that because Mirage had better things to do, Mirage Voyage has currently flown away from Kings Canyon. Now we also got a brand new limited time mode called Ring Fury Escalation Takeover. This is a little bit of a different name than what I talked about in my video yesterday, but it looks like it's kind of the same sort of thing that we expected it to be. So Ring Fury is a new Apex playlist takeover that follows regular Battle Royale rules, but each round one more ring flare will appear on the map within the current ring. Ring flares are slowly expanding pockets of the ring within the arena. Those who get caught in a ring flare will take damage equal to the damage dealt by the current round's ring. You'll be given a short warning on the map and mini-map before the ring flare appears. Legends will call out if they are in direct danger or if there's one opening up nearby. Now it says there's different ways to deal with these ring flares. Obviously the first one is to just avoid them at all costs and not go into them, but we also have something called the heat shields, which I guess is going to be a way to protect yourself from damage. I mentioned this in the video yesterday, but the description for this says, during the Ring Fury Escalation Takeover, all players will start with a heat shield in their inventory on drop. Throw down your heat shield to avoid damage from ring flares, and remember that you can always find more. The loot pool for this event has been tuned to spread heat shields throughout the map. What's cool is when you're inside this dome, not only does it protect you from the outside damage, but it also increases the healing item speed by 50%, and also the speed of revives is increased by 25%. It also says that the damage the heat shield takes basically scales with what round you're on, so at the very end of the game for this takeover, the heat shields won't last as long as if you're using it in the very beginning of the game. Now these heat shields in your inventory will take place in the survival slot. It looks like this is a new inventory slot that they want to add, I guess, situational utility items, kind of like the mobile respawn beacon or the heat shields, which you can now use in this takeover. So we might be seeing more use out of the survival slot in the next coming weeks, but currently it's just being used in this new game mode. Now another really great addition to Apex was just added in these patch notes, and that is no-fill matchmaking. So the description for this says, in the lobby you'll now see a checkbox entitled Fill Matchmaking. This is basically the normal system that we have now, but it says unchecking this box and clicking play will send your party into your selected playlist without filling your team with other players. So if you solo queue into trios with Fill Matchmaking unchecked, you'll go in alone and you'll be on a team of 1 against other teams of 3. So basically, if you want to, I guess, play by yourself against other trios, you can select the no fill option in case you're just a solo player. If you have 2 people and you just want to have your 2 people against other teams of 3, you can also use this no fill option in that same sort of way. It also says we only allow 6 potential no fill players in any match, and the feature isn't available in ranked. And as you guys know, with any collection event, we also have a rewards track. These are all of the skins and items you will be able to get for free while playing in this event. And then we also got a bunch of brand new skins that are going to be available through the actual collection event. Some of these do look very cool. One thing that I do want to let you guys know though is, unlike the anniversary collection event where we saw like 50% off for crafting of any legendary or epic item, it's going to be different with this collection event. So the price is going to be reset back to what it is normally, which means you won't be able to save a ton of money on these collection event skins, but I will probably be making a video on how you guys can get the Bangalore Heirloom for the cheapest possible price. And speaking of Bangalore's Heirloom, we did get a glimpse of it from the trailer. This is what they have currently on the Apex Legends website. I think it looks absolutely amazing. Now that we get to see a little bit more of the animations as well as the actual colors of it in game, it looks so freaking good, man. So definitely let me know down in the comments below how you guys are liking the Bangalore Heirloom. But other than that, we've got a bunch of different legend changes that we've been talking about for quite some time on this channel. I'm going to go through quickly all of them and just give you guys a brief explanation of which legends are going to be changed. So starting off with Caustic, for Caustic's ultimate, the cooldown has been increased from 2.5 minutes to 3.5 minutes, so quite a big, I guess, nerf to his ultimate. His Nox gas has also been nerfed. It now has a flat damage of 5 HP per tick instead of the scaling damage that it had before from 6 to 12 HP. So this is definitely a big nerf for Caustic in general. We also have a big change for Pathfinder where low profile has been removed. So we've talked about this before. Pathfinder has a pretty big hitbox, so the fact that they've removed low profile is definitely going to help his overall win and encounter rate. Gibraltar, man, had a massive nerf, removed the 15% faster heal item usage while in Dome of Protection, man. I am pretty surprised that they made that change. That's something that Gibraltar's had for quite some time in this game, but Gibraltar is definitely taking a big hit in the 8.1 patch. Horizon's ultimate has also had an increased cooldown from 2 minutes to 3 minutes. We also have a small change to Revenant where Revenant's silence now disables Mirage's cloaked, revive, and respawn, as well as Octane's passive. Now Wattson also got a pretty interesting change. She now has passive shield regen at 0.5 HP per second, or I guess 0.5 shield per second, which is half of what Octane's current health regen rate is. And then finally we have a big change to Rampart. It says explosives damage amped covered normally instead of inflicting 200 damage, so this isn't really a buff, more of just a change that should have been added in the very beginning. Explosives damage Sheila normally instead of inflicting 175 damage. So I think that was more of a bug fix because Fuse's abilities were doing way too much damage to Rampart's walls. Now in terms of some weapon fixes, I know you guys are all very curious about what weapons are going to be either getting nerfed or buffed. Starting off with a weapon optics update. So it says all gold AR and LMG default optics updated to the 2x bruiser. The Mastiff also got quite a big nerf where the pellet damage was decreased from 13 to 11. However, it got a slight buff in the fire rate where the fire rate was increased from 1.0 to 1.1. The Wingman got a slight buff where it adds an extra bullet to every magazine size, including the base magazine. And the Hemlock now has an increased hip fire spread. So now it's going to be a little bit harder to hip fire with the Hemlock. Now, some of the big things I want to mention from the quality of life changes, this is definitely going to be big news, so you guys should probably pay attention. In terms of King's Canyon loot, the description says we've done a pass on the loot to bring up the quality across the map while also maintaining a certain amount of loot after Mirage Voyage has flown away. The wooden shacks across the map should have a few more pieces each and generally be a little higher quality. Spotted Lake has been reduced to medium quality from high. Crash Site has redistributed the loot in the area slightly. The amount stays the same, but the higher quality loot should still be in the ship. And one of the biggest changes in the quality of life section is locked weapon optics swapping. It says for guns with fully locked attachment slots, like fully kitted gold weapons and most crate weapons, you can now remove the optic and replace it with a different sight. This does not apply to the Kraber sniper rifle. So this is going to be a really good change. I know a lot of people were hoping to be able to actually just pick whatever optic you wanted to use for the fully kitted gold weapons. We also added a really nice addition called Ping My Death Box. It says while respawning on a dropship, you can now ping your own death box to help locate it easier. There's also an update to the animations for the gold backpack. So it says players being revived by a gold backpack will have a crackle of energy based on the tier of armor they wear while the revive is taking place. They will also display the armor heal FX when the revive is finished. This change should help players prioritize pushing a revive in progress. And one of the last big changes that we got is the ability to let your teammates know when your ultimate is ready. So this is just another huge way to communicate with your teammates without actually having like your headset on and verbally talking to people. In my opinion, that is one of the greatest changes that Apex has made in a very long time. But personally, these are some of the best patch notes that we could have gotten. I'm really excited to see where the legends go in the future of this patch. Definitely let me know down in the comments below what you guys thought of today's video. Drop a like if you guys are excited for the Chaos Theory event, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Have a great day. Peace out.